It's been 20 years since Brad Pitt cried. So BP did an interview with Interview Magazine, and in the interview, he realized that he hasn't cried in 20 years. I just want to let everybody at home know something, that you guys all know that there is no audience here, right? It's just like my crew. And let me tell you something, my biggest pet peeve is when people are laughing and joking without me. You know why? Because I want to know the funny stuff. So stop talking to each other. Get Flamingo out here. You do much better. Okay, guys, so it's been 20 years since Brad Pitt cried. He did an interview with Interview Magazine, okay? And within this interview, he realized, it dawned upon himself, that he hasn't cried in 2 decades, in 20 fucking years. He said this, bing, off. So, I hadn't cried in like 20 years, and now I find myself at this latter stage, much more moved by my kids, moved by my friends, moved by the news, just moved. It's a good sign. Narrator, it is not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Like, what the fuck? You look so healthy. You look so healthy, right? And like, how have you not cried? I cry all the time. And I look healthy, right, guys? Yeah, thank you. I mean, I actually remember in high school, long ago in high school, I remember I went to go see my pediatrician because I'm an adult. And I remember I was like, doctor, I cry like every day. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, I cry like every day. I find a reason to cry every day. And I was like, Drew Barrymore said in an interview that it's super healthy to cry every day. And he's like, okay, one, let's not take some mental health advice from Drew Barrymore. 2, please break up with him. And 3, you might have depression. Yay! Yay. But only like Brad and men in general can be this like emotionally unhealthy and still be stunning. You know what I mean? Like Brad Pitt is stunning. Like he's even glowing. Like you'd think Brad is fucking pregnant, okay? He's so fucking, he's always glowing. And how are you this emotionally unhealthy and still like look this good? You know, like probably because he's retaining all of the moisture. He was like, I don't need to drink a gallon a day. Haven't cried in 20 years. So, and you know what's crazy to me is that Angelina Jolie, God, she's so fucking hot, you know? Angelina Jolie, to me, seems like the person, like, I'm an artist, you know what I mean? Like, I thrive off risk and emotion. I'm the kind of person that's like never fucking single, you know what I mean? And they call heartbreak like, it's romantic, you know? And because their heartbreak lasts like a fucking month and not between the years 2015 and 2017. Molly, you were there. You were there. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't handle heartbreak very well. I'm what you call an emotional eater, amongst other things, but let's get back to the story. Okay, so it's no secret, like it's come out that Brad has a problem with the vino. He's a big wino, and I've always imagined him and Angelina on that vineyard that they own, and they're like getting sloppy drunk and like crying over each other and like making love to one another, but it turns out that he's like really not that emotional, which is like very disappointing for my fantasies. Very disappointing. But let me tell you guys one thing, and you know this. This is not your regular schmegular little show, okay? We do hardcore journalism. We do investigative journalism, and during the break, I call that ingestive journalism, but I got it right now. Okay, guys, he hasn't cried in 20 years, right? 20 years. What was 20 years ago, right? Like, the year 2000. We gave it a Google, and I was like, what was Brad up to? What was he doing in the year 2000? He married Jennifer Aniston. Imagine being the last person to see Brad Pitt cry, and I'm hoping it was at the wedding, okay? Yeah. Did he cry at the wedding because he was happy? Or go there. I don't want to go there. Because I love Bennifer. Oh, that's J-Lo and Ben Affleck. Never mind. But, like, did he cry at the movies? This one was real. Did he cry at the wedding because he knew? You know what I'm talking about? Like, do you realize how delusional I am that I just created this like whole soap opera? Let me take you there. He's with the groomsmen behind the chapel. Yes, it's a chapel. He's behind the chapel and he's looking at his groommen. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do this. Like, get a hold of yourself. And he's like, I don't know. Crying. Finally, he's at the end of the aisle. Jennifer, the doors fling open and she's there and he lets out a single tear. And he's like, I'm suddenly reassured, you know? Yeah. She is the one till 2005. But, okay, so obviously, since learning, it's been a couple of decades since Brad shed a fucking tear, we were like, as a team, we were like, how do we help Brad? His first name's William. I feel like we're connected to him when I call him William. How do we help William? What can we do for him? Like, how can we make Brad cry? What makes us cry? What movies induce tears for us? This segment is called Making Brad Pitt Cry. Come on, baby, you need it segment, okay? Okay, guys. Here we go. First tearjerker. Oh, go, come on. Everyone knows where that's from, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Guys, if my boobs pop out during the show, you're welcome. Okay, so. Okay, guys, second tearjerker. Let's go, Brad. This is for you, Brad.
Dad? Dad, come on. You gotta get up.
He doesn't get up. This American classic. Hey, come on, Brad, you were in this one. We all sobbed.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh, no.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Fun fact, every time I get an Amazon package, I say it to my boyfriend, what's in the box? What's in the box? He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, it's Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Okay. And then we were like, what else makes men cry? When you mess with their manhood, we had to.
This Princess Sophia, come out and play.
Who's Princess Sophia?
And then something else. Every time I've seen a man cry in my life, it's because they had to tell the truth.
You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Okay, this is a question for the live chat now that everybody's sobbing, but like, for the group chat, I don't, it's not a live chat, it's a group chat. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. Okay. Who do you guys think is going to be this generation's Brad Pitt besides Robert Kardashian? Okay, I'd love to hear those responses. And it cannot be anyone from Riverdale. I can already see it. No. Okay. There's so many reasons to cry, right? Thank you so much for watching. You've made my day, you've made my year. I can't wait to see you again. If you liked what you watched, why don't you just subscribe so we can keep chatting?